It's been 6.5 years since I've done an update video on our 2014 BMW 3 Series, yet it remains the most watched video week after week. In short, you guys love the BMW. So I thought it was time to make an update video for you, but unfortunately, it's about how the BMW left us stranded. Story time. A couple weeks ago, I was researching the new Slate EV, you know, Jeff Bezos' modular truck. And I gotta admit, I was pretty pumped with what I was seeing.
New, very different kind of EV startup.
The Slate truck is a beautifully simplified EV.
Slate truck is going to leave the factory just one way.
It's all about simplicity, reducing costs.
With a starting price of under $20,000 after federal tax credits, I feel like they're on to something here. That is, unless they pull an Elon and double the price before it ever hits the road. After playing with a few builds, I came up with something I'd actually be happy to drive. It kinda has that Ford Bronco concept vibe that we saw floating around a few years ago, doesn't it? I said kinda. I found myself hovering over the big orange reserve button. It was only 50 bucks. Just as I was about to click it, my phone lit up. It was my wife. Did she know? How could she know? Hey, hon. Wait, the BMW did what? And then it died on you. But you're okay. All right, well, I'm on my way. The BMW broke down? I pull up to the BMW and it's just sitting there, lifeless. It won't crank. It sounds like it's not getting any fuel. And the dashboard reads, drivetrain malfunction. So I pull out my OBD scanner, hoping that there's going to be some sign, something I can reset. And it told me 72 codes. 72. Engine, transmission, fuel, CAN bus, you name it. The car was having a complete meltdown. So I came in here and tried to jump it. That did nothing either. So I knew that I had to call a tow truck and that the car had to go in neutral. But did you know that you need to crawl under the car and take off a pan to get this thing into neutral? Who designs these things? I hate calling tow trucks, but I was out of options, and where the car was actually sitting, I was blocking traffic. So it's time to hand in my man card. Hey, AAA, I need a tow. It was towed to a highly recommended mechanic nearby, but since it wouldn't go into neutral, the tow driver said, I'm gonna have to drag it off the flatbed. I just have to figure out how to do that without damaging your front bumper. Yeah, no. The car's been damage-free for over 10 years, and I wasn't breaking that streak. So I said, what if we use my truck to pull it off? Truck stop! Was I nervous? Yeah, I was risking both vehicles. Next day, the mechanic calls.
It's throwing a ton of codes. We don't really work on BMWs.
Cue the second tow truck. The car makes it to C&G Motorsports, and I call and talk to Alan, the owner. It's super clear that he knows the cars, but his shop's really backed up, and he says, I'm not going to be able to look at it for a week. So, fast forward 1 week later, and he gives me the call. It's not good. He says, it's going to be about $4,000 because I'm pretty sure it's the timing chain. But what other options do I have? Now, that's a big number for a car that's worth maybe $7,000 to $10,000, especially after I just booked a trip for my family and I to go to Disney World. But here's the thing. The car's 11 years old. I haven't had payments on it in forever, and I've had 88,000 trouble-free miles on it. And every time I drive the car, I think, this is a really nice car. So, I greenlit it. Fast forward a week, and Alan gives me the call. He says, hey, Rob, how you doing? I said, well, Alan, that depends on what you're going to tell me. And he said, you're not going to believe it. I thought this was the while we were in there part. But he said, the guys brought it in the shop, started tearing it down, and we found the problem. A loose ground wire. That's it. A loose wire. No engine tear down, no timing chain, a loose wire, and all of my problems were solved. Total cost, $0. I mean, the two tows were $38, and you need to include the $60 that I gave Alan and his guys for beer money for just being good people, but $0. So after everything, the breakdown, the tow trucks, the added stress, was a loose wire that cost $0. I'll take it. After 88,000 miles, if a loose wire is the worst that the BMW's thrown at me, I gotta say I'm pretty happy. It's a great car, it's been rock solid, and I'm super glad that it's home and we didn't get rid of it for anything else. People love to say that BMWs are great, until 100,000 miles, and maybe that's true, but I'm looking forward to proving them wrong, 1 mile at a time. I believe that if you maintain them and drive them like they're meant to be driven, they can be some of the most rewarding vehicles out there. Even if this one scared the hell out of me for a little bit there. One more thing. I've thought about getting rid of the BMW multiple times, but it's just too good of a car, and you guys obviously seem to like it, so maybe it's time we do a build series? I don't know, what do you think? Leave me a note in the comments below, and we'll go from there. This is Rob Schultz. You're watching Test Driver. I'll see you again very soon. Let's get some driving footage. Yeah. Cruising, doing things. And I say, well, that depends on about what you're... That depends. But here's the thing. The car is 11 years old, and... Oh, wow, that was so hard. But here's the thing. Why are you so noisy? Good gravy. Maybe you could be a little quieter. How about that? Hey, cool.